Dear students, Jai Hind, very good morning. As you all know, our quick revision program is continuing, and in first three quick revision lecture, we call it QR lectures. We have already revised chapters of optics. That means we have revised chapter number 10 and 11. Understand, I have allocated 3 lectures for the revision of optics. Understood? Now, we want to cover in more 3 lectures chapter number 12 and 13. Both the chapter are of physics. Understand? As far as chapter number 12 and chapter number 13 are concerned, you are already sent PDF. If you read out that PDF, you will come to know how many topics are excluded from your portion. Few topics are excluded from your portion. As far as chapter number 12 is concerned, how many topics are excluded? Understand that you have already read your PDF. Understand, those students who are appearing in offline classes are also provided the hard copy of that. See which topics from chapter number 12 we are going to revise. Chapter number 12 of electricity today. Chapter number 12, okay, electricity. Now, dear student, today, lecture number 1, understand, QR. These are all going to be quick revision lectures. Understand? Now, you all know that in this particular chapter, as per the guideline given by the board, 2 topics has been eliminated. First topic, as you read, factors on which resistance of a resistor depend. That topic is eliminated, and related examples means so few examples are based on resistivity and dependence of resistor, they are eliminated. Understand? And the second topic which is eliminated is electric power. Means you do not have to prepare the topic of electric power. Understand? There is a minor confusion even in edited copy. They have included the topic of Ohm's rule as an included topic. They have also mentioned Ohm's rule in excluded topic. So there is this minor confusion is there as per the I have just translated from board. So what we are going to do is that in quick revision, we will definitely revise Ohm's experiment also. You understood this? That is necessary for us because there is a minor confusion which is prevailing regarding that topic. Otherwise, the 2 topics are sure to be eliminated: factors on which resistance depends and related numericals, and second one, electric power. Those 2 topics we do not have to prepare for board exam. The topic, rest of the topic we have to prepare for board exam, and we are taking the revision of that. Okay. Suppose if we take first topic, okay, suppose if we take the topic of electric current. Electric current. Okay. So first we need to understand what is actually electric current. As you all know, when the concept of electric current understand was actually uh, actually when it was designed, there was no discovery of electron. You should mind this very well. Understand, when the concept of electric current was designed at that time and was understood at that time, there was no knowledge of electrons. So at that time, the definition of electric current was, as you all know, understand, it was the definition, the flow of the charge, that's known as electric current. That was the definition. Understand? So, dear student, today sometime we are speaking like flow of electron can also be called electric current. Understand? Because after the discovery of electron, we have defined electric current in this way. Sometimes we also speak like flow of electron can be called electric current, but ultimately we speak the word flow of electric charge, that is known as electric current. Understand? And as you all know, charge always flow, that we have explained in our regular lecture also. Charge always flow from higher potential to lower potential. What is this word is about? Understand, these two words, as I already told you in my regular lecture also, electric current means flow of charge, that we all know. Understood? And at that time, I also related two words with this. One word, that is electric potential, which is related with this, and another word is potential difference. Understand? These two words cannot be separated from the concept of electric current. Understand? When you want to flow the charge, understand, you have to develop potential difference. So at that time, the concept of electric potential needs to be clarified in detail. Understand? See, dear student, when you are speaking that the electric charge flows from higher potential to lower potential, understand, you must know one thing very well. Suppose I am showing higher potential in this way. Suppose I am showing lower potential in this way. You just start thinking this is higher potential, okay? And suppose this is lower potential, right? As far as understanding is concerned, we are taking higher potential as positive, lower potential as always negative. You understood this, and as we all know, in fact, we also know that by the rule of the nature, everything flows from higher potential to lower potential. Water also flows from higher potential to lower potential, as you all know. Understand? So, charge will flow from higher potential to lower potential. Suppose I saw this is the flow of charge. Understand? And symbol for charge you all know, that is Q. We all know that the charge flows from higher potential to lower potential. And dear student, when you say, actually you have studied that charge are of two types, positive and negative. But here, for conceptually understanding the topic, we have taken charge as unit positive charge. Understand? So charge always flow from higher potential to lower potential, and after the discovery of electron we also said that electron always flow from lower potential to higher potential. Try to understand this. And that's why we have taken electron as negatively charged. Understand, charge as positive, electron as negative. Charge always flow from higher potential to lower potential, and electron flows in exactly opposite direction from lower potential to higher potential. Understood? Now, actually, when you are speaking the word that charge is flowing from higher to lower, indirectly you are saying that electron is moving from lower to higher potential. Ultimately, when you say that electron are moving, ultimately the charge is moving, because on electron how much charge is present? 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. This much charge is present on electron, but it is negative. Here when you say unit positive charge, that is also the same thing. 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, but we call it positive charge. You understood this? So both are flowing in opposite direction. Charge will flow from positive to negative, higher to lower, and electron flows from lower to higher potential. Understand? So mind this fact very well, that direction of it has some statement is also going on, that direction of conventional electric current and the direction of electron both are opposite to each other. That simply means charge is flowing from higher to lower and electron goes from lower to higher potential. Understand? So dear student, for that purpose, if you want to flow charge, if you want to flow electron, you have to generate potential difference. Understand? Then and then it is possible that the charge or electron will flow. That means, dear students, I saw one conductor, suppose one conductor is here. Conductor can be aluminum, copper, wire, who are good conductor of electricity. Now, in this conductor, as you all know, suppose this is a solid conductor. Okay, so solid conductor, solid metallic conductor is totally, the space inside is totally occupied by the atoms. Means there will be no space at all. The all atoms are compactly packed inside metallic conductor. There are very minute space between them. Understand? Then also try to understand, dear student, electron, suppose even though there are minute space, understand, let us show this way, even though there is a minute space between atoms, understand, in any metallic conductor, then also it has been observed that electron can sweep, can drift through metallic conductor easily. I am not speaking the word resistor. That doesn't mean that when electron moves from one end of the conductor to another end, they are just moving swiftly without any resistance. There is a resistance, because when electron try to move from conductor from one end to other, electron has to collide with already compactly arranged atoms and even ions. A question may arise in your mind from where this ion came. So actually even in any metallic conductor, there are some free electrons which has come out of the atom. So actually here in the conductor the space is occupied by atoms and ions. Suppose I saw some atoms and I saw some ions also. Okay, right? So actually the space is occupied by atoms and ion, but there are some free electrons also. These are free electron if I saw. And this free electron has come out from these ions which are shown positively charged because free electron has come out of that. Now these free electron are moving in random motion. They are not drifting in one particular direction, and if you want that to happen, that they drift in one direction, you have to generate potential difference between two ends of the conductor. If I want the electron to drift in this direction, then I have to make this as higher potential and I have to make this as lower potential. Means ultimately I have to generate potential difference between the two ends of the conductor. How can I generate it? The potential difference between two ends of the conductor can be easily generated by joining both the ends of the conductor either with the cell or with a series of cell which we call battery or with the external source of electric current. Understand? Uh, you have to join with any source. Suppose if I say cell or a series of cell which you can call battery. Okay. Now actually what is cell and battery is consisting of nothing. They are just consisting of chemicals. They are filled with chemicals, and by the reaction of by the chemical reaction, uh, there is a potential difference already generated between the two ends. Suppose a cell, we think a dry cell. Suppose, dear student, you all know about the dry cell. Okay, suppose this is dry cell, this is positive and this is negative. How this potential difference must have generated by chemical reaction taking place inside this. And even though when they are not joined in the electric circuit, both the electrode they develops the potential difference. The same case happens. Understand, in battery also the similar case is going to occur. Means that is a conversion of chemical energy into electric energy. One end will be at higher potential and one end will be at lower potential. Understand what is the unit of potential? That is volt. For the potential difference also we utilize the same unit, volt. Okay. Now what happen if you join any cell when joined in such a way, because I have shown it here, I want to drift the electron in this direction. That's why this is positive and this is negative. Positive means higher potential, this is lower potential. Once I join this with the conductor, the electron are going to be attracted and drift towards one direction, and this way the electron starts flowing. Okay. Now what happens, dear student? Electron are going from lower to higher potential. Try to understand this. Sometime a question may arise in our mind, okay, why once we join any battery or cell in the circuit, why it get discharged, means become useless after some time, or needs to be recharged, because try to understand, this potential difference is generated, understand, by chemical reaction, and that is they are stable charge, positive and negative, higher potential and lower potential. Now when you join cell here, what is going to happen? When electron travels from lower to higher, it is like, suppose a person, just start thinking this way. Suppose this is a hill, okay? Now if some person is standing here on hill, and if you hill, you can consider this as higher potential, positive, and this as lower potential. You all have understood the chapter of work, power and energy, as you all know. When you reach to the height, you have some extra boons of energy, which is called potential energy. Now this person who is standing here, if you ask him to please come down, so he will come down very fast. Why? Because he is already standing at higher potential. Understand? He just has to release himself and he will just go on running. Understand? And come down very easily. But if I ask this the same person after coming down, suppose he is here, and I say, please climb up, means he has to go from lower potential to higher potential, difficult, because he needs to do work. To come down from higher to lower, there is no work to be done. Understand? But if you want to go from lower to higher, you have to do some work. Understand? Here, when you are climbing the hill, you are yourself doing the work, means you are utilizing energy of your body, which you got by eating the food. Understand? Your muscular energy is going to help you to climb up the hill, but actually that energy is given by your body. Here, when electron wants to travel, the same situation, electron wants to travel, so who is going to supply energy? Understand? So suppose, start thinking, dear student, when electron goes from lower to higher, and when it passes through the battery or cell, this cell or battery is going to provide energy to electron for climbing up from lower to higher potential. Again electron comes, gets energy, again goes from lower to higher, gets energy, lower to higher, gets energy, lower to higher. So because the cell has to continuously supply energy to maintain the flow of electron, means to maintain the flow of electric current. That's why after some time the battery gets discharged. You understood this? Now dear student, when you are speaking and you all know the formula very well, understand what is the formula of electric potential? V equal to W upon Q. We have taken in detail in our regular lectures. How can you define 1 volt? 1 volt, 1 joule, 1 coulomb. Understand? How will you define? If 1 joule work is done to move the charge, move 1 coulomb charge, understand, between 2 point in the electric field, understand, then the potential difference between these 2 point is known as 1 volt potential difference. Understand? Can we define it again? Here when you are moving the charge or you are moving the electron, ultimately you are moving, suppose this point can be called 2 points in the electric field. So if you want to move the charge, understand, from one point to another point in the electric field, if the charge is 1 coulomb and you have to do 1 joule work, then the potential difference between these 2 points is known as 1 volt potential difference. Understand? Right? what is electric potential, that we have discussed in detail in our lecture also. Understand? So this formula, as you know, universal formula, V equal to W upon Q. Understand? That means if you just want to define quite simple electric potential, so electric potential is the work done to move a charge, unit positive charge in electric field. Understand? From infinity. If you remember my lectures, I have shown you their electric field. Suppose this positively charged. Understand? This is electric field, all positive. Now, if you want to bring unit positive charge at some point here and some point here, in both the case, you have to do some work. Understand? Either to oppose the repulsive force or attractive force, as you all know. And that work done by you is getting stored at this point in the form of potential energy, which we call electric potential. It is like climbing up this hill, and suppose one more hill is here. Suppose more height, one person is climbing here, that is point A, and one person is climbing here, that is point B. The more you do work, you will have more potential energy. You understood this? So similar case is here, that is called electric potential. And in quick revision, we are not going to do or explain in much detail. At that time, I have explained already. Okay. So V equal to W upon Q, dear student, and you all know what is the formula for electric current also. I equals to Q upon T. Define it. Electric current is the amount of charge passing through cross section of a conductor in unit second, means in 1 second. Cross section, you know, dear student, that word cross section, in regular lecture I have already shown, if you can remember. Suppose this is a conductor. Okay, what is actually the meaning of cross section? You just cut us very thin part of that. Means suppose this is a very minute thin part I have separated. This can be called one cross section. So how can we define electric current? The amount of charge passing through any cross section of a conductor in 1 second or in unit time, that is known as electric current. 1 ampere defined. Okay, 1 ampere, 1 coulomb, 1 second. How will you define? If 1 coulomb charge passes through any cross section of a conductor in 1 second, we can call it 1 ampere electric current. There are different unit of measuring small amount of electric current, you all know. Which are those? Milliampere, microampere. Understand relation also, you know. Understand what is the relation? 1 milliampere that's 10 raised to minus 3 ampere. 1 microampere, 10 raised to minus 6 ampere. As you all know, interrelation, you can also somewhere in our WRT also I have mixed up some MCQs to just relate microampere and milliampere. You can also relate from here. Understood? So now this is some explanation regarding electric current, electric potential, potential difference. Understand electric charge, how the flow of electron can be constituted. Understand? Now, dear students, suppose this is what I have shown wire, this is battery. Okay, suppose I want to measure the amount of current flowing through the conductor. One device is available which you call ammeter, as you all know. This is device ammeter. Okay, now ammeter needs to be connected in the same way. This is higher potential and this is lower potential. Ammeter is a device. Try to understand. This can be asked in MCQs also. Suppose you all know one thing very well. Which device is utilized to measure current? So you all know ammeter. Okay. But now in board exam they are asking the question in little different way. Like suppose they ask, how will you connect a meter in the circuit to measure the electric current? Understand? So try to remember this very important fact. To measure electric current flowing through the electric circuit, we always connect a meter in series connection. You understood this word is very, very important. A meter is always connected in series connection to measure potential difference between two ends of the conductor. You always connect a new device known as voltmeter. Okay, the voltmeter is always connected in this way. This is voltmeter V, always connected in parallel connection. These 2 points you need to remember very clearly. Ammeter to measure the amount of current flowing in the circuit, always connected in the circuit in always series connection. Voltmeter utilized to measure the potential difference across two ends of the conductor, and it is always connected in parallel connection, understand, with the conductor. So these 2 points you need to keep in mind. Just don't keep in mind that ammeter is a device used to measure electric current, but at the same time remember a meter is always connected in series connection with the conductor, and voltmeter which is utilized right to measure the potential difference across two ends of the conductor in volts is always connected in parallel connection. This point you need to keep in mind. Understand? Okay. So these concepts of electric current, electric potential, and potential difference we have cleared just now. Now one more topic, dear student, that is electric circuit. That is also we want to discuss just now. Electric circuit as well as some of the instruments which are a part of any electric circuit. Understand? And you should know the symbol of that. Okay, so next topic also we are just now discussing. Okay, these topics we have already discussed out. Okay, one more topic we are again taking, that is electric circuit. Okay, next topic we are taking electric circuit. See, dear student, I am writing the third topic, that is electric circuit. Okay, now a question may arise in your mind. If suppose you are in exam asked what is electric circuit, how will you answer back? What is the meaning of electric circuit? We all know. This, this is what I want to share and clarify with you. You all know the meaning. You all know what is electric circuit is about. But if in simple twist a question they ask you, what is electric circuit? How will you define? So you will define electric circuit in such a way that How will you define electric circuit? A, a device designed for continuous unbroken flow of electric current, means continuous unbroken passage of electric current, understand, is known as electric current. How will you define electric circuit? Means device designed for ensuring continuous unbroken flow of electric current, that is known as electric circuit. Understand, so many symbols we utilize in electric circuit, you all know, so many symbols. Some of the symbol, if you just want to mention all symbols, you all know, understand, you have studied already. That is the symbols, and in board exam also they can ask all these symbol, and I have asked in my regular lecture also to prepare those symbol. You understood the meaning of electric circuit? What is that? Electric circuit means an arrangement, better word for this rather than device, means an arrangement to ensure, what? Continuous, continuous passage or flow of electric current. Okay, continuous flow or continuous passage of electric current. Understand? So in exam, if they ask in one line, what is the meaning of electric circuit? Means an arrangement of electric and electronic devices to ensure continuous passage, continuous flow of electric current, that is known as electric circuit. And for designing any electric circuit, we need so many symbols. Understand? Suppose if we draw all electric symbols, understand, means for the all devices, electric circuit, okay, symbols means for different devices, some of the symbols we utilize. Understand? Suppose we take the first one for cell, okay, you all must be knowing it, but then also let us just practice to make it more understand. Okay, the first symbol, what is that? For cell, what is the symbol? How will you draw it? Just so, one positive and one negative. Symbol for the cell already. Suppose I want to take the symbol for battery. Battery means it can be asked as series of cell. You can show in this way. Okay, you can show in this way, positive, negative. Suppose you are asked to show the symbol for open plug key, or you are asked for closed plug key. How will you show open plug key? Just this way and this way. This is open plug key already. Understand? Closed plug key, just show this way. These are some standard symbol utilized. Suppose for resistor, simply resistor I am speaking. So this can be the symbol of resistor, as you all know. But if you are asked the symbol of some variable resistor or rheostat, you this particular word rheostat is a new word for all of you. But when you uh, go in 11, 12 and perform some experiment, at that time you will come to know about rheostat, which is actually a device utilized in electric circuit to increase or decrease the flow of electric current. Understand, right? So suppose I write variable resistor, variable resistor, understand, or I may call it rheostat. How will I show variable resistor? So this way. These are very important questions, understand, and you should master this also. This is variable resistor and rheostat. Suppose rheostat is ultimately ensuring the variable variation in resistance also. You can show it in this way. This is called rheostat, and that is called symbol for variable resistor. You understood this? Variable resistor as well as rheostat. For ammeter, suppose, which symbol it is utilized for ammeter, you all know. This is the symbol for ammeter. These are some standard symbols. Understand? Positive and negative. The symbol for voltmeter. Sometimes we call it voltameter also. Understand? What is the symbol for voltmeter? This is like this. Okay. And suppose I think most of these symbols are utilized in electric circuit. Some more if I want to add. Suppose galvanometer. How will you show the symbol of galvanometer? Just simply this way, dear student. You do not have to show anything else, only this. This is the symbol of galvanometer. You understood this? So these are some of the symbols which are utilized. Suppose one more, but you all know that electric bulb, okay? Electric bulb. The symbol for electric bulb is like this, okay? Electric bulb. Understood? And then they cover it. This is the way they are showing the symbol of electric bulb. Now, why I have drawn all symbol here? Because you can be asked a question of 4 mark or 3 marks from here. They may even, please mind this very important point, they may ask, even they can design a question of already 5 marks from here. They may ask you such a question: what is electric circuit? Draw all symbols of various electric equipment utilized, understand, for making an electric circuit. So dear student, at that time you need to first define electric circuit. What is that? Electric circuit is an arrangement, understand, precise schematic arrangement of electric instrument to ensure continuous passage of passage of electric current. Understand, that is known as electric circuit. And here these are all symbols. Understand, no mistake you should make in drawing all the symbols. You understood this? So this way, in today's lecture, what we have completed, uh, 3 topics already. Understand, as per your as per the topic list which is given. Understood? Now, dear student, one more thing. After discussing these topics, understood, what we are going to do, we Ohm's experiment, we do not need to discuss in detail about Ohm's experiment. Only thing you should know is Ohm's rule, because we have discussed already right, regarding the Ohm's experiment. Here I am just writing Ohm's law. What is that? Ohm's rule. You all know the Ohm's rule. Okay. Should I write this way? I is proportional to V. Can you speak it in word? What is Ohm's law? Be very precise. Under given condition, that word you should utilize. Understand, to be more precise, under given circumstances or given condition, the amount of electric current flowing in the conductor is directly proportional to potential difference across two ends of the conductor, I proportional to R. Don't make such mistakes. Suppose you are asked in board exam, write Ohm's rule. So some student will like, Ohm's rule is V equal to IR. Not at all. You will lose all marks. You understood this. You have to speak in this way, that under given condition, the amount of current flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to potential difference across or prevailing between two ends of the conductor. That is known as Ohm's rule. You understood? From Ohm's rule, yeah, I proportional to V, that means simply V proportional to I. If you want to remove this symbol, V equal to IR, that you all know. Understand? Now, what is going to happen here? Suppose I transfer R here, V upon R equal to I. MCQ can be designed from this? Yes. If the potential difference remain constant and resistance is doubled, then what happens to the electric current? If resistance is doubled, then obviously electric current is halved, because electric current and resistance both are in inverse proportion, that you can catch from here. When I say this, suppose I write it again. When I say that V remain constant, that means you are speaking like this. I proportional to 1 upon R. Both are in inverse proportion. Current doubled, resistance halved. Resistance doubled, current is halved. Understand, this way the relation between these two can be ascertained. So this is Ohm's rule. Experiment which is given in textbook in the form of activity, that you definitely have to prepare. Understand, because we can't take chances because of that confusion which is prevailing in the topic. Understand? So we have revised in our lecture number 1 today this many topic. Understand Ohm's rule. 4 topics we have revised: electric current, then in detail about electric current definition all unit, electric potential and potential difference, electric circuit, the definition, what is that? It means an arrangement of devices to ensure the continuous passage of electric current. Then we discussed all electric symbols here, and we got some hints regarding Ohm's rule. Understand? So dear student, in our today's lecture, we have covered 4 topics. In the next lecture, we will cover the rest of the topic, that is system of resistor, series connection, parallel connection, and Joule's law, that we are going to revise in the next lecture. Okay. Thank you very much.